Hello. Hello, 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 hello. It's the Hello Man here. Dinosaur News. Dinosaur News brought to you 5 days a week. Yes, you're on the right channel. Produced by British People's League, BritishPeoplesLeague.com. And it is Thursday. Or is it? Yeah, it's Thursday. Senility is setting in. Hopefully, I can continue with these broadcasts for years to come, if the brain is going to hold out. So it's Thursday the 20th. Have I got the right month? March. How could we forget March, the Ides of March? Yesterday's show was going to be the wrap-up of the March thingy, the Big Bang last Saturday, and I was going to carry on with more narrow focus on British People's League, etc. But you can't drop a winner. It's still spreading, the snowball. Coming down from Mount Everest, it's just one massive, gigantic white snowball spreading non-stop. The originator of the idea, Kyle Hunt, was a guest on the Don Black radio show this morning, along with my friend, co-host Don Advo from occupied Southern California. And we've just received a couple of new friends on Facebook from Southern California, so hi to our California pals. Which leads into the next point. The spin-off from Kyle Hunt's idea with his friends and then spread to individuals throughout the old white Commonwealth, the old British white Commonwealth. I'm having fun with that, just to stir the pot with my American friends here. But it's a fact. The coordinated activities drew out from Australia, New Zealand, the motherland Britain, British Americans, and the shame in Canada. Well, I would say that the British People's League produced shows, Dinosaur News here, we really promoted prior to the March 15th events and all this week. So I feel we should be given credit for activity to do with the White March. After all, there has to be outlets in our camp. And the outlets and the spin-off, the outlets, as we said yesterday, forget the outside world newscast. Well, even I have to sneak a peek sometimes to find out if there's going to be an earthquake tomorrow afternoon. Well, there was a mini quake on Saturday, March 15th, went around the white globe. The ingenuity, and that was discussed this morning on the Don Black Show with guest Kyle Hunt, hour 2 in Ontario, Eastern Canada, Eastern time. I'm not sure what time that would be on the West Coast. Starts off early. But in any case, the second half of the Don Black Show today, Don Advo was the co-host along with Don Black, and Kyle Hunt did a lot of talking in that hour. What an articulate young spokesperson in his mid-30s. A gold mine, a spokesperson. He's on the right track. He's stirring up activity. And their plans for the third Saturday in April are fantastic. They talked about white balloons with messages attached. Well, I wouldn't even worry about attaching a message. If a sea of white balloons are let loose in the sky, what does that tell you? A white balloon for the white people. Some great ideas coming up for the show on April 19th. What is with me and dates? April 19th, the next white man's effort for a show up. The multicult world are trembling. They don't know how to handle this. And they can't stop it. It's too late to stop. And it just hit me this very, very second. You know, you hear the doomsday talk about the internet maybe being switched to other countries or whatever, and free speech laws could be affected, etc., etc. Well, Mr. Hunt has come up with the answer to that as well. There's nothing to stop the ingenuity. And if they do switch to other countries, that control would be quite a ways off yet. And by that time, this inter-white coordination will be well at hand. But just think, you can't stop white balloons from going in the air. Oh, that white balloon thing, I've had too much coffee this morning. I mean, just think, after every activity. You could have an activity with a poster, diversity equal white genocide, or whatever the poster might say. I'd love to see a poster, be loyal to your white race. Be loyal to your own race. But wherever these signs are located or whatever, say a sea of 200 white balloons went up in the air once the sign has been planted. Then we'll get all our people trained to look for the white balloons. Oh, it's that day again. It's the third Saturday of the month. There's a sea of white balloons just went sailing by, so there's activity in our area. I mean, what an active sign that there's activity in the area. Which goes back to the origin of the cross, the lit cross that has been smeared so badly. The Oxford Dictionary Definition, 1957 edition, it was to warn the clans to prepare for war. That was the original intent, and it was last used by British Canadians in 1812 to warn that the Americans were coming. The revolutionaries were coming. And here we are today talking to my new American friends, American white patriots. I say new. We've had steady list of friends, especially in Ohio. We've got a solid group of friends in Ohio. We've had nothing spectacular in growth until Kyle Hunt came along. But that's a realistic. So let's knock that doomsday scenario out of the ballpark right now. Even if they got rid of the internet, they're too late now, because the ingenuity of this Hunt man, it's out there. Oh, I love this white balloon thing. I just love it. The White Rose Society of the Motherland. Okay, let's get back to a couple more specifics. So the Don Black show this morning was terrific. So you're going to the Rense Radio Network, R-E-N-S-E, Rense Radio, R-E-N-S-E Radio Network, and then you'll see the Don Black show listed. And it'll be on the archives, and it'll be up there right now. They put the 2-hour shows up quickly. The first hour was good as well with Trucker Roy, but the Hunt bit was terrific. And that Don Advo, he knows how to ask questions to open you right up, and he's a master at it. So they got quite a team on that Don Black show. Hey, I like to think we got a good member here of the white radio world, white YouTube world. And yes, as we begged, we need a helper. And we don't need to have the helper go on the YouTubes. If you're thinking about it out there, you've heard the word that Johnny Boy needs an assistant up in cottage country. You know, you don't have to go on YouTube. I'll take the heat, as Don Black takes the heat. Don Advo takes the heat. Kyle Hunt takes the heat. But you know what? Used to be called taking the heat, but now we're taking praise and credit. And I'm just rubbing off of Kyle Hunt's ideas. It's just fantastic. The timing is just incredible. And it sparked up good emails from our friends at Candor League in the Motherland. Candor, C-A-N-D-O-U-R, candor.org.uk. And as far as promoting an actual group in the United States, as said in previous videos, we promote League of the South. I don't know the officers personally. I've never emailed an executive in the League of the South, although I'm on an email list. But I do have a long-time friend who is an active member in the League of the South. So that's the scoop. I'm doing the show a bit earlier today because I'm on a roll. And I don't want to be worn out by this afternoon after hearing the Don Black Show. 5 days a week, every morning, 9 to 11, so I get a lot of good tips. On the hunt thing again, and I haven't heard this show I'm just going to talk about. But apparently Kyle Hunt referred this morning that he was interviewed by Canada's largest radio station. So it must have been the last couple of days, but I can't find it in the archives. I'm wondering if that's CFRB radio. They gave me a terrific interview in 2011. But I'm sure that's the case. A radio show across Canada is going to help us, isn't it? How many spokespeople are there in Canada for the white man's cause? And here's a radio interview with Kyle Hunt, and he's so articulate. I know he did a good job without even hearing the interview. He's got the right words. He's got the right razzmatazz. He's got what it takes. He's going to go places. I'm not putting all the focus on, say, one man's glory, but hey, those of you who have heard my earliest videotapes have known this boy is stressed all along. History is made with personalities. Now, Don Advo is an enormous consumer of books. He's a bookman. I have a lot of books here at the house. I've only read half of them, probably. I know the score. I've skimmed on so many. What's my point? People write books. Books don't write people. Personalities are history. Whether it was Cicero, Socrates, Caesar, Napoleon, Winston Churchill. Personalities make history. And this Kyle Hunt is a personality that's going to go down in history. And it's a good thing people like Don Advo and Don Black and John Beattie are around to know that this is the real McCoy that Kyle Hunt is on. The real McCoy, the rolling river here. And it is a river. It's like the old Mississippi being revived and revitalized, and all the pollution's be taken out, and it's on a roll. The old Mississippi just keeps rolling along. You white American patriots can be very, very proud. Okay. So some of the hits and visits every morning, regular viewers know that I check early in the mornings, the last 24 hours, Google Analytics. They're fairly accurate. I'm afraid, and I don't want to get the YouTube masters ticked off, but the YouTube video hits and visits aren't accurate. They're just not showing up accurate on our accounts. I've given up crying about it. As long as you good people have heard the video, that's the main thing. But on the hits and videos this morning, thanks to Kyle Hunt, and thanks to American white patriots who are interested in their northern white neighbor. I say that word white loosely. We've got our cities polluted just as bad as yours are polluted, if you know what I mean. Hint, hint, hint. Okay, hits and visits. A real surge from the States in the last 24 hours. Alabama, Indiana, New York, Pennsylvania, and Texas. From Alabama, the good old spot Montgomery, Alabama. And I love music so much, and as a kid, Stephen Foster tunes in the Old South, I just loved it. And it's ironic because my family were all from the British Isles, relocated to Toronto, Ontario, and it just hit me right now. I don't know where I got that love of the Southern music. My grandfather was a great old Scottish fiddler. But in any case, anything to do with the South as a child just picked my ears right up. So that's who clicked in. A couple of hits from Montgomery, Alabama. They stayed on quite a while. Indiana, the hits were from Crawfordsville. Crawfordsville, Indiana checked in. And these are with a few views and hits, not just one. From New York State, we have West Hempstead. Clicked in. From Pennsylvania, we have a spot called Jim Thorpe. And from Texas, we have Bel Air in Texas. So, of course, I'm excited. and I'm trying to calm down. It's all Hunt's fault. The 15th just keeps building and building. Okay, and of course, I just want to repeat that Hunt's interview across Canada helps pave the way for the British People's League up here in Canada as well, because I'm known in key cities on our blind list. And then when our own people see the outside world has talked to Kyle Hunt, it helps the path for Beattie Boy. If he wasn't so good, it might not help as much, but he is just an articulate spokesperson. Okay, so that accounts for the spiked interest in our dinosaur news 5 days a week. Yes, the word will be out that the white guys are getting professional people on board. Hell, it may even spike the votes yours truly gets in the fall election coming up when I'm running for Deputy Reeve of the municipality here. Still haven't filed official nomination papers. That money has to come out of my own personal pension. Until you're an official candidate, you cannot ask for funding. So I've still got to do that. But that's okay. When I formally file, it's going to shake up the establishment. I'm running on the ticket for the little guy. That's who I'm running for. So with everything going on, it's better than pleading for people to take an interest. That's for sure. The interest is out there. What else have we got down? Yes, well, we just started these videos on February the 17th, so that's not that long ago. And the good Lord handed us Kyle Hunt with his spark. Okay, you have to have the spark. You have to have the personality. Now, the British People's League van plans are still there. They're on hold. They will happen. Just as I talked about a daily video 5 days a week months ago, and people didn't believe that I would do it, that the British People's League would do it. Well, here we are, as I said the other day. The van plans are tying in with the theme of the White Display, the White Display Day. Our two plans have always been, one is to picket the white villages, not in contempt of the white villages, in front of the post offices, out in the sidewalks, so we're not interfering with traffic, not breaking any bylaws, with simple signs stating, keep our villages majority white. We can't say keep our villages white because that would be intimidating new arrivals. Keep our villages majority white is safe to say. And that'll spread once we get it going. And yes, okay, so it takes time, and I know our time is running out. But, hey, that's the way it goes until we get the resources to do it properly. The gas money, the Hamburg money, and I know those that pitched in feel some of that should have gone towards that. Well, what those who have pitched in the last month has gone towards is the internet costs. Not the YouTube, there's no charge for YouTube, but the internet costs, the high-speed internet, the American server, etc. And then plan number 2, and these have been described in great detail on previous videos when you feel like exploring the previous videos. And number 2, which I'm really keen on, is visits to the eateries. Not a visit to the Bowery, visit to the eateries. In other words, you know, half a dozen of us gathered in an eatery at a plaza, a white plaza, where we will be seen. Not going to announce the time of arrival, so we're not going to expect opposition to take pictures. Because I still maintain and tie in that the white underground is going to save our race when needed. Prepared legally, under the bushes, underground. That's a given, okay? Just as an old geometry, a given. The white underground is being shored up with cell structures, all legal, which is going to be there when needed. In the meantime, being seen visibly at these eateries, sitting casual, having your Hamburg, whatever. As a group we are, we'll have the big t-shirts, the works. Okay, that's pretty well covered our enthusiasm for today. We hit over 20 minutes, we've had it. Okay, cutting it short. God bless each and every one of you. Thanks for listening. Talk at you tomorrow.